Another important question from the chapter Polynomials of class 10. The question is, write the sign of a, b and c for the given quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c in the graph given below. You are given the graph of a quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c. Observing the graph, you have to find the signs of a, b and c, the sign of the coefficients. So, you know that if the parabola opens upward, we can say that the sign of a will be positive. But here we have a downward parabola. Since our parabola is opening downwards, we can conclude that a will be negative. Second, the sign of b. We have two methods for calculating the sign of b. Look at the vertex of the parabola. It is in the second quadrant, which means the x-coordinate of the vertex will be negative, in the negative region. The formula for finding the x-coordinate of the vertex is minus b by 2a. It is negative, which means b divided by 2a will be positive. But since a is negative, denominator is negative, the numerator should also be negative. Then only we can say that negative divided by negative will be positive. So we can conclude that b is negative. This is one method. Another method, using the sum of roots, we can find the sign of b also. See, roots of the quadratic polynomial is the x-coordinate of the point where the graph intersects the x-axis. The graph is intersecting the x-axis in the negative region, which means both alpha and beta are negative. If both alpha, beta are negative, alpha is negative and beta is negative, so we can say that alpha plus beta will be negative, which means alpha plus beta is minus b by a. Minus b by a will be negative, or we can say that b by a is positive. Same as here, since a is negative, b should also be negative. Then only negative by negative we get positive. So this concludes that b is negative. The reason, since a is negative. For making the fraction positive, the numerator should also be negative. Then only the fraction will be positive. So the sign of b is negative. A negative and b negative. Now the third part is to find the sign of c. There is also one more method. Two methods are there. C is the y-intercept, means the point where the graph cut the y-axis. Here our graph is cutting the y-axis below the origin in the negative region. So we can directly conclude that the sign of c is negative. Since the parabola intersects the y-axis in the negative region, y-intercept is negative, so we can say that the sign of c is negative. Or using the product of roots of your book, we can say that alpha is negative and beta is negative. So we can conclude that alpha multiplied by beta will be minus into minus, that will be positive. Alpha beta will be positive. Alpha into beta will be positive, which means c divided by a is positive. Again the same condition, since the denominator is negative, the numerator should also be negative for making this fraction positive. So this implies that c is less than 0. The reason is a is less than 0. So using the sum of roots and product of roots also we can find the sign of a, b and c, or the other method also I have explained. I hope you understood.